When's a good time to do what you love? Carpe diem. Seize the day. Now. Do it now. If there's just one piece of advice I could give, it would be to find out what you love to do and find a way to earn your living doing that. That way you spend most of your time doing something you love, and I think life should be enjoyed as much as possible. Otherwise, what's the point?
The portrait that I'll be sharing with you in today's video was a commission from a customer who I met at the Open Garden exhibition that I did back in June. From a photograph taken in the 1960s of my customer's mum and dad. He wanted something bright and colourful and joyful to remember the best time in their lives. Painting this joyful moment in this couple's lives reminded me of just how important it is to make the most of my own life and to be brave and go after my dreams.
It's definitely easier to say, no, can't do that, it's too difficult, I'll just stay in my job that I hate and then just spend the next 10, 20 years grumbling about your boss, grumbling about your workload, feeling upset and frustrated on an almost daily basis. Whereas you could instead use all that negative energy and try to channel it into finding a way to do something that you really love with your precious days here on this planet.
I waited until I turned 40 before I finally had the courage to believe that I could make a living doing what I really enjoy in life. Whoever said that you can't earn a living doing something you love? I believed that, though, for a very long time. I somehow bought into the idea that a job should be something you don't particularly enjoy, but as a sensible grown-up you just get on with it because it pays the bills. This belief system meant that I stuck at a job that I didn't enjoy just because I thought that's what a responsible adult does. In moments that I did enjoy my previous career in banking, I almost felt guilty, as if I wasn't being serious enough about it. How completely bonkers to think that actually enjoying an activity automatically cancelled out its potential as being a source of income.
I know that anybody who is truly successful in what they do professionally enjoys it. That's the key. The key to success is loving what you do, because you're going to put all your energy into it, all your passion into it. You're not going to give up, and you're just going to keep going and going and going. So all successful people, really successful people, love what they do. And isn't that really the definition of success? Loving what you do every day.
We are quite literally just flying through the universe on an insanely beautiful planet, living in these weird and wonderful bodies for a very limited amount of time. Surely we should try to get the most out of the experience before it's all over.
We're so sure of the stories that we tell ourselves, aren't we? But I think if we are really honest, we live in quite a limitless universe, and if we just open our minds to the possibility that we can have what we're aiming for and we can succeed, then I think that's half the job done already. It's all about having the right mindset.
I've come to realise that all the limits that I have in life have in fact been put in place by my limiting beliefs. As soon as I decided to change my beliefs, then my reality shifted and things I had previously thought impossible actually began to happen. Time spent enjoying yourself is never time wasted, but somehow our culture pushes the narrative that enjoying yourself is something you do after the workday has finished, at weekends, once all the chores are done, or for 2 weeks of the year on holiday. Since my beliefs have changed, I've begun to notice things that have always been there, but my focus has been elsewhere, so I've simply not noticed them. I wonder sometimes about how much I've missed because I've been blinkered by my set beliefs. What you choose to focus on becomes your reality. It's that simple. Since I've been focusing on the possibility of being a successful artist, things just keep happening to push me further and further towards that reality. It's true, isn't it, that everything that exists was once just a thought, just an idea. So making your thoughts positive and focusing on what you really want is definitely the best way to make a reality that you're happy with.
It was actually kind of easy before because I didn't have to make enjoying what I was doing a priority. I thought, okay, I go to work, 9 to 5, doesn't matter how I feel, live for the evenings, live for the weekends. That's a hell of a lot of time though, 9 to 5. That's a hell of a lot of time. When I think now what I'm doing in the space of a day, from morning till evening, I'm doing something I feel passionate about. There's not one part of my day that I don't enjoy, every single day. The trouble was, the longer I stayed doing something that I wasn't enjoying, the more I felt convinced that leaving that job to follow my real passion in life would be foolish, dangerous, doomed to failure, crazy. Like, the more secure you are, the more your job is stable and secure, the more difficult I think it is to quit that and go for it, and try to follow your passion. But with hindsight, I just wish I'd done it sooner.
As time went on, I just couldn't shake off the feeling anymore that my real life was passing me by. A life where, yes, I have to take risks, a life without a known income, a regular salary, but a life that actually really lights me up and has me jumping out of bed sometimes in the morning, really excited to get to work on my latest projects. And I just seem to have endless energy to work on my paintings, my portraits, and my other art projects. And no effort is wasted, even if it doesn't lead to the desired outcome. I know that I need to first believe in the possibility of success in order to pursue it. It all boils down to believing in something that you don't yet have evidence of, which basically means you have to have faith. Something else I try to do is practice gratitude. A way to illustrate this is if you gave a gift to a friend and they said, "Thanks, but actually I would have preferred that other thing more," or "Thanks, but it's not really to my taste," then you probably wouldn't feel like giving them any more gifts.
Whereas if you give a gift and your friend's delighted with it and says, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much, it's just wonderful and it's exactly what I wanted, and thank you so much," then you're very likely to want to give them a gift in the future. And I think the same goes with the universe. I think if you're grateful for the opportunities and the unexpected things that come your way in life, and you feel that gratitude, then I think you're more likely to receive good things again in the future.
I really hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've enjoyed watching the process of painting this couple. I've never been quite so emotionally involved with a painting as I had with this one. I didn't know the couple, but I really felt their connection and their love for each other. Looking at the photograph taken of them really sort of transported me into the emotion of the moment. And I listened to music, sort of swing and dance music from the 60s, which they probably would have been dancing to when the photo was taken. I listened to that while I was painting to try to get me really into the atmosphere of the piece. And I really loved creating this memory for their son.
Do go ahead and write in the comments if you're in the process of following your dreams, if you're doing something that you love, Or if you're still working towards that, if you're trying to build up the courage to quit a stable job to do something you're far more passionate about, or anywhere in between. I love to read your comments and I love to find out a little bit more about the people that are watching this video, so go ahead and share below.
If you enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up, and you can also follow me over on Instagram. The link is in the description below. There you'll be able to follow my painting process, and I share quite a lot as well about my life here in Normandy in France. Thanks for watching, take care, stay creative, and I'll see you again very soon.